Number 9 will bend your brain. Scientists think octopuses might dream in color. Picture this. An octopus is fast asleep at the bottom of the ocean. Its body is pale and still, then suddenly it flashes dark stripes, then neon pulses, then camouflage so perfect it disappears, even though it's not hiding from anything. What's going on? It's not broken. It's dreaming, and its dreams might be playing out across its skin, like the ocean's weirdest movie projector. This isn't science fiction. This is an actual theory backed by researchers who have spent years studying octopuses in labs and in the wild. They've noticed something strange. When these animals go into a deep sleep, their bodies don't just twitch like a dog chasing dream. Rabbits, their whole skin turns into a psychedelic light show, and scientists believe it's linked to their dreams. Most people don't know that octopuses have skin packed with thousands of color-changing cells called chromatophores. Think of them like microscopic paint balloons that inflate to show color and deflate to hide it. When an octopus is awake, it uses them to camouflage from predators or sneak up on dinner. But when they're asleep, those same cells keep painting, and the octopus isn't doing it consciously. Researchers say octopuses go through sleep phases like humans. There's a restful phase where their bodies stay pale and still. Then, every 30 to 40 minutes, they enter a phase that looks just like REM sleep in humans. Their eyes dart back and forth, their tentacles squirm, and their skin goes absolutely wild with color changes. This behavior was caught on camera by marine biologists observing an octopus named Heidi. As she slept, her body transformed. It turned dark like she was swimming in danger, then shifted into spiky patterns as if she were hiding in coral, then changed into bright flashing rings, the kind they use to scare off predators. She basically lived an action movie while unconscious. But here's the kicker: we have no idea what she was actually dreaming. Some scientists think she was reliving her day, maybe hunting a crab or hiding from a shark. Others believe she was practicing survival skills in her sleep, like dry runs for real-life threats. Or maybe it was random, like when you dream about going to school in your underwear for no reason. No matter what, one thing's clear: dream or not, it's insanely cool. It's like if humans had glowing tattoos that lit up when we had weird dreams. Whatever's going on, it's proof there's way more happening under the ocean's surface than we realize. And speaking of undersea mysteries, number 8 might be the tiniest artist you've never heard of. You're diving off the coast of Japan when you spot something on the ocean floor. Perfect circles, 7 feet wide, with intricate patterns. It looks like underwater crop circles, but no alien made it. The artist is a 5-inch pufferfish. This little guy spends an entire week, non-stop, carving these designs into the sand. He does it with just his fins, flapping them like underwater rakes. And he doesn't do it for art appreciation. He does it for love. Female pufferfish swim around inspecting these geometric sand mandalas. If a female likes it, she lays her eggs right in the center. So yeah, it's basically the world's most creative dating app. But it's not just about showing off. These sandy creations are functional too. The ridges funnel fine sand to the center, forming a safe nursery spot for eggs. Plus, the pattern reduces ocean current speeds, so the eggs don't get washed away. It's underwater architecture, designed by a fish the size of a potato. Does it always work? Not really. Sometimes after all that effort, no female shows up. And here's the painful part. After the eggs have hatched, or even if no one uses the nest, the ocean just washes it away like it never existed. Still, the pufferfish doesn't quit. He just starts again. Like a heartbroken artist building a new masterpiece, knowing the tide will wipe it clean, all for one chance at lasting love. If that doesn't tug your heart a little, maybe this next one will hit even harder. Number 7 is a tragedy caused by dedication gone wrong. Imagine you're driving with GPS, and it keeps making you turn until you're going in circles. You'd turn it off, right? Now imagine if your whole car was following another car in front of you, and that car was also just following the one in front of it. That's what happens with army ants. These ants are completely blind. They navigate by smell, following the chemical trail of the ant in front. It's usually flawless teamwork, but if one ant crosses its own trail and ends up walking in a circle, the entire group starts following it. Before long, thousands of ants are walking in a loop of death. They just keep marching until they collapse from exhaustion. It's called a death spiral. All it takes is one tiny mistake from one ant, and suddenly the whole colony is stuck in a fatal loop. It's like nature's version of a glitch, and it's a grim reminder that following the crowd isn't always the best idea. Sometimes the process is just leading in circles. Now, let's take that chaos and flip it into perfect harmony. Number 6 is what happens when thousands of birds create living sky art. At sunset, starlings gather together in the sky and form a massive flock called a murmuration. They swirl, twist, dive, and spin all at once, almost like one giant flying creature. They form massive donut shapes, tornado spirals, even abstract images that look like liquid art in the sky. But here's what makes it even more impressive. There's no leader, no bird is in charge. Each one is only watching about 6 or 7 neighbors and trying to keep space. That's it. The main reason they do this is protection. A hawk trying to catch a single starling inside that cloud has a pretty hard time doing it. All that motion creates confusion, making it almost impossible for predators to zero in. And together they stay warmer when the sun goes down. Even baby birds know how to do it. They don't learn it in practice. It's etched in their instincts, and physics tells us the flock moves like a fluid, like water reacting to invisible forces. It's one of those rare things that's both beautiful and practical. Just don't park your car too close underneath their favorite tree. Nature can be stunning, but sometimes it can be spooky. Number 5. Can animals sense earthquakes before they happen? Before an earthquake hits, people have noticed strange behavior. Dogs barking at empty corners, cats hiding without cause, chickens that suddenly stop laying eggs, fish flipping out in tanks. There are even reports of elephants running inland long before a tsunami hit after an earthquake. So, what's the deal? Science confirms that animals can feel something called a P wave, which is the first gentle shock that hits before the main quake. It's faster, lighter, and happens seconds before we feel the quake. Dogs and cats might be reacting to this, but what about animals acting strange hours or even days in advance? That's a mystery. Some scientists think it might be vibrations too subtle for us to notice. Others suggest magnetic field changes or shifts in groundwater chemistry. Nothing is confirmed yet, but it's being studied seriously. China is one place where this idea nearly saved lives. In 1975, based on unusual animal behavior and small tremors, officials warned people ahead of a major quake. Many people stayed outside, and thousands of lives were saved. But similar methods failed later on when another devastating quake hit with no pet warnings. So maybe animals can sense trouble. Just don't base your emergency plan on your cat's mood. Let's move from weird senses to something heartbreaking. Number 4. Why do whales beach themselves? Seeing a whale beached on the sand is one of the most gut-wrenching things ever. A creature that rules the deep ocean becomes helpless in the shallows. Once on land, their own weight starts causing internal damage. They can't breathe properly outside the support of water. They overheat fast, and if they came with their pod, the others may follow them up onto the beach out of loyalty. Sometimes strandings are natural mistakes. They get sick or confused. Sometimes it's a changing shoreline. Other times it's completely related to humans. Military sonar is a suspect. Loud, seemingly random underwater blasts can mess with whale navigation. Commercial shipping adds more noise and confusion. There's also pollution, fishing nets, and even declining health due to climate change. Rescue teams try their best, but these strandings are complex puzzles, and many end in tragedy. Sometimes no one ever figures out why it happened, but what stays with you is how the pod sticks together, even to the end, and that idea brings us into number 3. Elephants seem to have funeral rituals. If that sounds unbelievable, wait until you hear the evidence. In wild herds, scientists have seen elephants return to the bones of dead family members. They touch them gently. Some even try to lift or nudge bones as if checking to see if there's life left. Some elephants have been witnessed carrying dead calves for hours, even days, mothers toting their lost babies like they don't want to say goodbye. One study in India documented a pattern where elephants bury calves with their legs facing upward. Every single time, no one knows why. Maybe it's tradition, maybe it's just instinct, but it's consistent. It's hard to say they grieve because that's a human word, but you tell me, if something lays beside its dead child for a week, what else would you call it? Now imagine having a GPS in your brain that never breaks. Number 2, sea turtles. These creatures hatch on a beach, race out into the ocean, then disappear for 10 or even 20 years. When it's time to lay eggs, they return to the exact same beach. Sometimes the exact same patch of sand they were born on. Scientists say they use Earth's magnetic field. It's not identical everywhere. The strength and angle vary based on latitude and longitude. These differences create a magnetic signature. And turtles somehow remember theirs. Some researchers also believe they use scent. Every beach smells different in a way we can't detect, like a scent fingerprint carried by the ocean. We still don't fully understand how they do it. But the fact that they can not just once, but generation after generation, is like nature's ancient GPS system. And finally, the most unbelievable story of all, number 1. Humpback whales are rescuing other animals. There are more than 100 recorded incidents where humpback whales charged into scenes where orcas were hunting, even if the target wasn't another whale. Seals, sea lions, sunfish, these whales showed up like bodyguards. And in 89% of the cases, the whale being attacked wasn't even humpback related. Even crazier, sometimes the humpbacks arrived before knowing who the orcas were attacking, almost like they just heard danger and decided to act. There are reports of humpbacks using their massive bodies to block killer whales, lifting seals onto their backs, swinging their fins to scatter the predators, and scientists are stumped. Some theories say it's learned behavior, maybe from losing their own calves. Others believe it's instinct. Better to jump in and ask questions later, but maybe they're just compassionate giants, maybe they care, no conclusions yet, but one thing's for sure. Somewhere in the world's deep oceans, a 40-ton animal might be swimming straight into danger to save a stranger. If that doesn't make you click the next video, I don't know what will. Watch the one popping up now. Trust me, it's even crazier.